MTD Network are in the Midlands today. We're at Vulco Springs. Joe, tell us a little bit about the company and what you do.
Well, the company's been established since 1930, making springs and presswork in general for lots of different industries.
Fascinated. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm out of my comfort zone here, but it is very different to our usual visit. Just show us some of these tools that you're making here and maybe what they're for and what they do.
Well, here we've got a very precise tool which is in effect is a crop and pierce tool, but it's very precise in that it will cut a 0.1 stainless steel anti-vibration washer for seatbelt assemblies, and the burr's got to be kept to an absolute minimum. So, and that was produced with the Fanuc machine.
And how many? What's the wear on this? How often would you have to replace the insert or the tool?
Well, we do make very high quantities of this one, so we would be looking at replacing parts of it every 500,000 components.
How long would that take you to make 500,000?
It would take us 4 weeks.
4 weeks. Okay, we're going to see production in a minute, and it's fascinating. Moving on to some of these, maybe this bigger tool here. Tell us about this.
This is a recently produced progression tool, which is going to go into a 40-ton power press, and it was produced with the Fanuc machine, and it will do the piercing and the cropping of the part, and then the raising, and then cut off the parts completely at the end of the production run.
So would you cut all this out on the Fanuc machine? Is that what you're saying on the majority?
We cut everything out on this with the Fanuc machine, and when we assembled it, it all went together as we'd intended. We didn't have any problems with the assembly of the tool. We've made the initial parts.
Is that because of your expertise or the machine?
Well, it's the machine. I'm only a beginner, but I'm learning all the time, and the Fanuc machine is helping me. But this tool really has been a good eye-opener, really, for what the machine can do.
Okay, then this one. Let's move on to this, because this is pressing a 3mm piece of plate, isn't it?
Yes, it presses a 3mm strip thick, and then it cuts out this shape into the die in a 70-ton power press, and that was produced with the Fanuc machine as well. But that's an example of what we do. That we do a range of components. We do sort of larger components down to the small, precise components. So
let's go and have a look at some of the machines in action.
Okay.
So this really is traditional engineering here then, Joe. What's this machine making?
This machine's making some threaded inserts that go onto a sanding disc.
Okay, pick one up, let's have a look.
This machine will make 40,000 parts a day of this part.
And you're making all the tools in this machine in order to punch this part?
Yeah, we made all the tool in here, and we're running it on our own machinery in our press shop.
How long will this machine run? In a day or a week?
This will do 40,000 parts per day. That's approximately 200,000 parts a week.
Okay, let's move on. And what about here? What are you making here?
We're making electrical contacts on this Beeler RM30 machine.
Electrical contacts for what?
For the automotive industry.
And is that representative of the majority of your work, the automotive sector?
No. We do the automotive sector, but we also do brackets for lots of industries. Any brackets, any wire forms. We can cover all sorts.
And I'm fascinated by the amount of material you must get through here. Is there a figure you can put on that?
We do get through lots of material. Very rare. We do stainless, bronze, copper, mild steel, stainless steel. You know, there's lots of different material, and we do get through quite a big quantity of it.
And I know brackets is another big point, so let's go and have a look at that.
Yeah.
This is a sort of part I recognise from when I used to try and fix my exhaust. Would that be for what this is for?
Well, it's a clamp that goes into an assembly, two parts, into a hinge clamp, and then clamps around a tube. It is similar to an exhaust, but it doesn't go on exhaust pipes.
How many of these? I mean, I know we can see obviously the volume that's coming off as we speak, but how many of these would you make in a day or a week?
Well, we can do approximately 30,000 a day. So, you know, in a week we can build that up to 150,000 a week.
And we come back to the machine tool in the Fanuc machine that's actually making the tools for this. It is making the tools for this as well, yeah?
Yes, the Fanuc machine would make the tools for this, yes. Except Yeah, this tool's a little bit older before we had the FANUC, but it can definitely make these tools again if they needed remaking.
And do you have to remake them very often?
Well, all tooling has a certain amount of wear. So, you know, when it gets to that point where the wear is beyond the tolerance of the job, we would have to remake the tooling.
We talk about the FANUC machine producing your tools to very tight tolerances. Would I be right in saying that a lot of your parts that you're manufacturing here as the end product aren't to tight tolerances?
Yeah, we do work to tight tolerances, especially with the tooling. You know, you have to have a good tolerance to start with to get any sort of quality product. And quality products are really important to us.
But I look at something like this, there can't be much of a tolerance on this sort of part, is there, Joe?
Well, it still has to clamp. You know, we do a variety of components. Some have got very tight, precise tolerances, and some have got larger tolerances, but that doesn't really affect the tooling. The tooling has to be to a quality.
Yeah, I get by that. Now, the mixer work is impressive here, like you say, tight tolerance stuff, precision parts. What about the company on a whole? How's things been since Brexit last year for you here?
Well, we haven't really felt Brexit. We're at the moment, we're very busy. You know, we're the busiest that I've known for many, many years. So,
I mean, I should say Brexit vote, really, because nothing has actually happened.
No.
But you haven't seen any changes in your workload. Have you been busier since then? Certainly been in the automotive interested. I'd be interested to know more.
we're very busy at the moment. No, we do have some automotive, but we're very busy in general. You know, we're busy in the tool making, in the wire erosion department. We're busy in the production departments. You know,
And you're not tied down to one customer here either, which makes a difference. Gives you a bit more security.
no, we do work for a grand scope of customers. We have a large customer base, so you know it all balances out really.